We are the heavy hitters. Cosmo Macero of O'Neill & Associates. Welcome back, by the way.
Thank you, sir.
Cosmo's father passed away last week. Rest in peace. We've lost another great American, Bronze Star and Purple Heart winner, I believe.
That's correct.
So,
Thank you.
Cosmo Macero Sr. Is upstairs, and we wish him well in his next life. So, anyway, good to have you back, Cosmo. Peter Kagis of the Boston Phoenix. He's here as well, and let's get started right over that way, South Boston, kids. We got a new neighbor. Auntie Z is here to stay, Cosmo. I don't know if you would handicap this one. I wasn't sure how this was going to go, so I'm relieved to see that she got asylum.
Well, hold on here. There's more process here. You know, Immigration and Customs Enforcement could appeal within 30 days this ruling and send her packing.
They could, yeah. Do you want to crystal ball that one? We don't know what they're going to do, of course.
Look, I mean, statistically, the odds were against her. This judge, I think, projected 67% of asylum applications nationwide. It's about 60% are rejected.
And home teams win Game 7s more often than not in the NHL, Cosmo. Somehow we knew what was going to happen in both cases.
I think in order to influence this whole process, the president doesn't really need to do anything except just be the president. And maybe that's what's going on. But let's give the judge the benefit of the doubt. She made the case. Her lawyers made the case. And there you have it.
In 2004, denied asylum, Peter. Nephew becomes president, suddenly asylum. You're good. You're staying.
Well, you're not going to catch me beating up on a 58-year-old lady who's in a wheelchair. Listen,
whose nephew is the president.
Not this time.
Not this time, anyway. You know, it's not as if she's applying for a low-number license plate. I mean, you know, I suppose if city officials like the city council are really upset about this, they could strike another profile in courage and, you know, take a vote on that. But they've gone through the process.
The city council's not going to boycott Southie, Cosmo, I don't think, because they got to keep Auntie Z, so I think we're good on that.
Peter makes a good point. Look, she applied, she asked for due process, and that's...
So this is the system working, is what you're telling me with a straight face.
Well, the more difficult question would be, what happens if she was denied?
See you later.
Let's wish this 58-year-old woman in the wheelchair good luck and move on.
Hey, you know what? That's a really good point. This is the easy way out of this thing. You know what? Grant the asylum and we're done. You deny that, then we got a real issue with, okay, now what's the administration going to do when they've got Auntie Z on their hands being sent packing while he's president?
As I said earlier, Kennedy-McCain immigration reform never passed, but she got a Z visa, as it turns out, Cosmo. You can use that one around the office today if you'd like. Let's talk about the corner office behind you, because we got some drama going on now. Governor Deval Patrick comes out yesterday and says, hey, I don't like those ads they're running against Tim Cahill, and we should knock that off. Tim Cahill says, where you been for 3 weeks? I've been getting pounded.
Thanks for helping me out.
Who's right, who's wrong here?
Well, better late than never. Sorry, Cosmo.
No, I mean, I'll tell you, if you think the TV ads are bad, you ought to see the direct mail piece, which I have. I mean, it's brutal. They're hitting Tim Cahill hard. And, hey, look, negative campaigning is part of the game. It's really early, and it's clearly a strategic move to try to sideline him permanently, and it's having an impact.
Well, he's down 14 points in the latest Rasmussen poll. We'll be talking to Scott Rasmussen later this hour. Is Tim Cahill all done, Peter Kagis?
I never thought he had much of a shot in the first place. I mean...
he was at 29% at one point.
At one point. I don't see any there. He doesn't have any brilliant policy moves. He's not, you know, particularly good in the stump. By the way, he's not particularly bad either. Deval is staging a very dramatic comeback. You know, I think that the more interesting question here is how good a candidate will Charlie Baker be? You know, one-on-one. The idea of Charlie Baker is very appealing to people who feel they've been let down or are fed up with the governor. By the way, I'm not saying I'm waiting to see.
Sure.
Do you think Cahill's done? Let me start with that.
No, I don't think you can write off anyone at this point. Nothing you can write off him. I disagree with Peter. I think he's very viable from the beginning. Now,
modest correction. If I just don't think he's going to be a winner. He can't be written off.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry.
Okay. I mean, these ads have taken a beating. Fundraising from his position is always a challenge. I got to tell you, the guy's got a habit of winning elections. Voters have a habit of liking the guy, and you can't count that out. He's a sort of a.
On the other hand, where's his response?
He's
when
a populist
is it coming?
figure. He's a populist figure.
Does he have to respond now, or can he ride this out? I mean, the polls say he can't ride it out.
I think he needs to come back. Strategically, needs to come back strong with something relatively soon, and really plan his campaign summer really well. But I'm not going to write the guy off at all.
You mentioned Charlie Baker, Peter. He unveiled his new slogan yesterday, and if you haven't heard it yet, here's a quick little taste. Had enough. You guys have covered politics for a lot of years. Let's rate this slogan, and is this going to be effective for Charlie Baker?
4.75 on a scale of 10. It could be worse.
I give it a solid B minus, sort of an 81 on a scale of 100. Not bad.
Don't you feel like it lacks a little? What's the old Greek god, Testicles? There's something there's something wimpy about it.
How about just leave me the bleep alone? How's that for a slogan? That might work.
See the thing
that would work, actually. I'd have gone with it.
Had enough would have been a terrific slogan 6 months ago. When anti-Deval Patrick feeling was running very high. I think the governor has acquitted himself very well in recent months. He's lowered the temperature. The troubles in the economy, I think, have played to his strength because he's saying, look, I'm trying to do a good job in very unreasonable times. Had enough was 6 months ago. The trouble with had enough, too, is I'm not sure it's forward-looking. People like,
Is it something that's going to make you grab a pitchfork and storm the castle, or is it like, yeah, I've had enough, but...
I think that for a candidate like Charlie Baker, he's a very smart guy. You want ideas. I liked, and I guess it wasn't a slogan, I liked his concept of a couple of weeks ago of the Baker's dozen. Here's 13 ideas to cut the budget and to improve the fiscal picture of Massachusetts. I want ideas from a guy like him, so I think that's a good way to go.
It's early, but it's going to be a fun summer, boys. That's the bottom line.
It lost some action.
Peter Cadges of the Phoenix, Cosmo Macero Jr. Associates. They're the hitters.